When I was 34, I was diagnosed with ADHD. And at that point, my life then fell into place and everything made sense. From being tiny, I was labelled as clumsy, as forgetful, as sorry.
That's all right.
I was labelled as clumsy, I was labelled as forgetful,
Yeah.
I would always be late. I was the only brownie ever to fail my agility badge, which actually was something that was quite big. And always felt a little bit out of sync with everybody else. With 34, I went from working part-time to full-time. I was finishing off a university degree and life just seemed really, really hard. People told me I was stressed, but I think that I knew there was something more than that. I found myself walking around the shops with two kids in a trolley, and actually it was like wading through treacle. There was so much going on in my head, the lights, the sounds, just the whole feeling overwhelmed of being in a supermarket where there was so much sensory stimulation.
Overwhelming,
Yeah, completely overwhelming. And I came across an article about a woman who'd been diagnosed with ADHD in her 30s, and I'm not really somebody that reads something, and I'm not somebody who takes everything that they've read at face value. So I read around about lots of things. I read about stress, I read about depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, and ADHD was the only thing that fit. So I went to my GP and I asked for a referral to the local service. Now, ADHD in itself isn't classed as a mental health concern, it's a neurological condition. It's the way that your brain develops. But actually the way that we live can make life really, really difficult for somebody with ADHD, and it can contribute to feelings of depression, of not feeling good enough, of generally just really, really some things that people find really easy can seem a real struggle. And I'd grown up thinking that actually these things were character defects and I was a bad person. I felt shame, not guilt. And then being diagnosed with ADHD and then being accessed to appropriate treatment, my life just began to make sense. Life became easier. I understood why I struggled with some of the things that I did. When I was in my early 20s, I worked in a bank. I was a cashier, and my till never balanced, not one day. And along with the ADHD, then I discovered also that I had dyscalculia as well. So all of these things that I thought were bad about me, there were reasons for, and I could put strategies in place and play to my strengths. And lots of people try and hide their ADHD or don't talk to people about mental health conditions. I really think that we need to, because we need to develop empathy and understanding, because if you think 1 in 4 people suffer from mental health conditions, but yet the shame and stigma that we internalise stops us from reaching out because we feel not good enough, that there's something wrong with us. But actually through talking to people and developing understanding and connections, we can develop empathy and understand that everybody has strengths and everybody has different strengths, and actually if we work together we can make life a lot better for each other.